Sino ba si John of Zebedee? Who is he? Kung si Juan Zebedee, ang sumulat ng Revelasyon, ang kanyang talambuhay na sinulat ng mga sinaunang Kristiyano ay mahalaga, hindi po ba? Kasi ina-highlight natin siya, alamin natin ang background niya. Si San Juan ang apostol sa Bagong Testamento. Si Juan ay anak ni Zebedee. Sa Hebrew, ang ibig sabihin ng pangalan ay Yehohanan ben Sabiya. Yahweh's faithful or merciful love or son of Yahweh's gift. Anak siya ng mangingisdang Zebedeo at asawang si Salome mula sa Galilea. Isa siya sa mga disciples of John the Baptist, and he was the other disciple who went with Saint Andrew to where Jesus was staying and conversed with him. Hindi po ba nakipag-usap sila? Ang gospel ni San Juan ay walang tinawag na Juan, ang apostol. Ang tawag ng may akda sa kanyang sarili ay ang ibang disipulo. Nasa John 18 yan, verse 16. Ang minamahal na disipulo, yun. Kilala rin siya na John the Beloved. He gave up everything to follow Jesus. He walked along from there and saw two other brothers, James and John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, mending their nets. He called them, and immediately they left their boat and their father and followed him. Sa Matthew chapter 4, verses 21 to 22. Mark chapter 1, verse 20. He adds that they left their father and their hired men to follow Jesus. John's name appears in the list of apostles. Ang pangalan niya ay nabanggit sa listahan. Nasa Matthew chapter 10, verse 2. Nasa Mark din yan at Luke at Acts. Ito alaniwang sumusunod pagkatapos ng Pedro, Andres at Santiago. Subalit matapos ang pagkapako sa krus, sinasabi ng kanyang pangalan at ang kanyang estado ay tumaas. Mapapansin ito sa Acts chapter 1 verse 13. Ang pangalan niya na ngayon ay nakasunod sa pangalang Pedro at palaging nakadikit siya kay Pedro. Sinasabi ng Scriptura na si San Juan ay may malakas na personalidad. Nasa Mark chapter 3 verse 17. James, son of Zebedee, and John, the brother of James, whom Jesus named Boanerges, or kaya nga tawag sa kanila, sons of thunder. Sa Luke, ganun din, may nasulat din sa kanya. Then John said in reply, Master, we saw someone casting out demons in your name, and we tried to prevent him because he was not following our company. Jesus said, do not prevent him, for whoever is not against you is for you. Sa Luke, meron ding nasulat pa, Going further, chapter 9, verse 54. When the disciples, James and John, saw this, they asked, Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them? Jesus turned and rebuked them. So Matthew chapter 20, verses 20 to 24. Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee approached Jesus, approached him with her sons and did him homage, wishing to ask him for something. He said to her, what do you wish? She answered him, command that these two sons of mine to sit one at your right and the other sit to your left in your kingdom. When the 10 heard this, they became indignant. Mark 10, verses 35 to 40. They, James and John Zebedee, said to him, allow us to sit one at your right hand and the other at your left in your glory. But Jesus said to them, you do not know what you are asking. Can you drink the cup that I shall drink, or be baptized with the baptism with which I shall be baptized? They replied, we can. Jesus said to them, the cup that I shall drink, you shall drink. And with the baptism with which I shall be baptized, you shall be baptized. But as for seats at my right hand or my left, these are not mine to grant. They belong to those to whom they have been allotted. Jesus selected, along with James and John, for experiences not shared with the other apostles. Jesus chose Peter, James, and John to witness the healing of Peter's mother-in-law. Sa Matthew naman, 17, after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, his brother, and led them up a high mountain by themselves, and he was transformed before them. Sa Luke 22, verses 7 to 8, isinama siya kay Pedro upang maghanda ng huling hapunan. John was also with Jesus in Gethsemane. Then Jesus came with them to a plot of land called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Stay here while I go over there to pray." He took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee with him. Nasa Matthew 26 verses 36 to 37. It was Peter and the other disciple who waited at the high priest's place as the Sanhedrin put Jesus on trial. Nasa John chapter 18 verses 15 to 18. The unnamed disciple with Saint Peter was known at the high priest's palace and was able to use his influence get Peter and himself into the courtyard. So John 19 verses 25 to 27. Siya lamang ang nag-iisang lalaking naiwan na kasama ang mga babae sa paanan ng krus. Sa John 20 verses 1 to 10, kasama si Pedro, nasa lubong nila si Magdalena na nagsabing nabuhay na muli si Jesus. Si John 20 verses 19 to 22, kasama siya ng mga disipula nang dumating si Jesus. Hinihingahan sila ng mga apostoles at binigyan ng kapangyarihang maglakad at magpalakad ng simbahan. Nasa Acts chapter 3 verse 1, nang umakyat sa langit si Jesus, agad na nagturo si Juan kasama si Pedro at sila ay naimbestigahan ng Sanhedrin. Magkasamang pinadala sina Pedro at Juan tungo sa Samaria upang magkumpirma o magkumpil. Nasa Acts 15 verse 6, naroroon siya sa unang konseho ng Jerusalem. Sa Galatians 2 to 9, nang si Pablo ay nakipagpulong sa mga apostoles, kinausap niya si Pedro, Santiago, na obispo ng Jerusalem, at si Juan. So, tatlong kinausap. Tinawag niya sila na mga poste ng simbahan. Si Saint Irenaeus, testimonies about John. No? Si San Ireneo, 200 AD, sinulat na sa huling hapunan si Juan ang tinawag na beloved disciple na nakahilig kay Jesus sa upuan, at siya ang sumulat ng ika-4 na gospel habang naninirahan sa Epeso sa Asia Minor. Itinala ni San Eusebio na si Juan ay humilig kay Jesus nung huling hapunan. So pareho ang kanilang testimony. Si San Ireneo at San Eusebio. Saint John, obispo ng Epeso at San Santiago ng Jerusalem, ay nakagayak, nakawanis ng punong saserdote ng lumang tipan. Yan, makikita natin ito. Polycrates ng Epeso, sumulat kay Papa Saint Victor sa circa 190 AD. Na si John ay pareho witness. Moreover, John was both witness and a teacher who reclined upon the bosom of the Lord, and being a priest, wore the sacerdotal plate. Nagtestimonya rin si Polycrates sapagkat naging obispo siya sa Epeso, kung saan naging obispo rin si San Juan ng maraming taon. Clement ng Alexandria, 280. Siya ay nagsabi na si Juan ay ama ng silangang simbahan. Sa sulat ni San Ireneo, sinabi, "And all the presbyters who had been associated in Asia with John, the disciple of the Lord, bear witness to his tradition, for he remained with them until the times of Trajan. Now the church at Ephesus was founded by Paul, but John stayed there until the time of Trajan, and it is a true witness of the tradition of the apostles. The Emperor Trajan ruled after Emperor Domitian from 98 AD until 117 AD. Now, John may be about 20 years old lang when Jesus was crucified in AD 30. And if he did live until the year 100 AD or later, it is understandable why St. John says of himself at the end of his gospel that some people believe he wouldn't die until Jesus came again. Sa huling kapitulo ng kanyang gospel, sinabi ni Jesus kay Pedro kung paano siya mamamatay. Tinuro ni Pedro si Juan at nagsabi, "What about him?" "Lord," sagot ni Jesus, "if I want him to stay behind till I come, what does it matter to you? You are to follow me." Hindi sinabi ni Jesus na hindi siya mamamatay, kundi kung totoo ko siyang maiwan hanggang sa aking pagbabalik, anong pakialam mo? Yan ay nasa John 21, verses 18 to 19. Si Juan lamang ang apostol na hindi naging martir. Siya ang kahulihang apostol, tol na pumanaw.